Okay.
Are we on? All right. We'll call the meeting to order, and if you would be gracious enough to take the roll, please.
Okay. Commissioner Priester.
Present.
Commissioner Parks.
Here.
Commissioner Bond.
Here.
Commissioner Goodman.
Here.
And Commissioner Tomaszewski is excused for work today.
And we have a quorum. Are there any amendments to the agenda, Clinton? You've got an A under that.
I have an A under that. I have an A listed there to hold a place. There is no changes to the agenda.
And we have no public. All right, then we can move on to consent
I'll make
agenda.
a motion to approve consent agenda.
Motion to approve, second?
Second.
Any questions about it at all? I don't think so. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Does that include the resolution, Hunton, or do we need to go through that?
Gee, I do not believe I have the resolution for the write-off. No, because I did the year-end one that way, but under new business I have, because of the end of program that we were going through.
All set. We have no old business, and the only new business that we have is resolution 2205, the write-off of the housing program resident balance. That's from date, what's the start date on that write-off? Or the end date on that write-off?
I'll give you all the information.
May we have a motion to
So moved.
approve? Second? All right, now, give us a brief explanation, Clinton.
On February 1 of 2022, our HAP contract for our project-based rental assistance subsidy began for Century Terrace and Harborview. So when the public housing program ended, we were required to return any positive balances to residents that had positive balances. And I don't know, we had like a handful, yeah. And it wasn't very much money, of like $5 or $10 here and there. And then any write-off, anyone who owed us money, we were not allowed to collect. And we had to stop any eviction processes we had going with anyone at that point, because nothing in public housing was allowed to be carried forward into multifamily. So the write-offs that we have reflect those individuals who owed us money that we were not permitted to collect on. And we just need to get that into our books for our accountant. So it was a total of $2,304, unfortunately. And we can't even do collection proceedings with these folks. So we've had to stop all that with our local collection agency.
We are writing them off as our former entity,
Right.
they're just, all right. Is there any obligation for the new entity to pick up any of this, or is that, it's done, all right?
And in fact, we're prohibited from the new entity picking up any of that. Nothing can carry forward.
What period of time, does this just cover from January 1st of 2022 to the date?
That's the write-off. The one that we wrote off in February for December, that went through November, didn't it? Or did it include December's?
We probably included December, I can't say for certain.
Yeah, it most likely included December's, and this being November's, January's, carryover.
Just cleaning up the books,
Yeah,
the last stuff,
yep.
that's all.
Anybody else have any questions? If not, all those in favor of resolution 2022-05 to write off the debt? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, then we can go on to any reports.
The only thing I would want to bring up.
I assume there's no other new business, right?
No, there isn't. Things are moving forward, of course, with our rehabilitation at Century Terrace and Harborview. There continue to be some supply chain issues that we're facing that will tidy up the renovations at Harborview. We have a major supply chain issue that's going to backlog Century Terrace. We're moving the electrical panels from the sub basement at Century Terrace up to the ground floor level to protect them from flooding. They were ordered as soon as Top Line was given the contract, and there is no date as to when they're going to arrive. And they can't begin renovation until those panels are moved and then all the electrical rewiring is completed. And so we're still waiting to find out when we might get those electrical panels to begin with that. So that's a big disappointment. They really hope to have been in there and moving and stuff, but no one can get the necessary parts for that. As far as I know, I haven't heard if there's any other. Well, no, I did hear that our elevator modernization at Century Terrace is in the same position of getting the materials, so they can't start modernization of the elevators until they get all the materials either. I haven't heard about anything like appliances. I think they got enough of those ordered that they haven't been backlogged, with that. The same with probably cabinetry. But I'm not sure. I need to check with the construction manager. There may be an issue with carpeting. Carpeting is one of those issues that they get enough available and so on. So we've had to delay the moving of our residents, and it's difficult, for our residents when we have to tell them, oh, you're going to move now, and then we have to delay or move and stuff. Try not to do that too frequently. Last time we talked about it, I tried to push for, let's not even project when we're going to move them until you've got a potential delivery date of those panels, and when the work will be done, then notify them that we're moving. Just recently, I received the final documentation of the closing, and I have forwarded over to our auditor and also to our accountant, and then I need to work with them to schedule when we're going to do the closeout of the public housing audit for 2021. They need to go through those papers and read everything that happened so they know how to close out assets and everything. So that, I'm hoping within the next 30 days or so I should have a time frame of when the field work will be done and projected of when we're going to have the audit completed. I think that's about it right now that I have good ideas about. There's a lot of irons in the fire. Some have changed by the minute, but pretty good. Pretty much everything that I have solid information on. Jim?
Century Terrace can't start until these panels are moved upstairs?
Yeah.
What happens to the construction if they run out of stuff to do?
Fortunately, that's Commonwealth Construction's problem to worry about. I don't know. They have to have some way of, they're trying, so far they've been keeping them busy, working on finishing up Harborview, and there's still exterior stuff on Harborview that's going to need to get done. they have done some things, you know, tearing down vacant units in the shafts that they want to work in, Century Terrace, but I don't know when they're gonna run dry, you know, on work, you know, for their construction crews. But it's gotta be a common problem with everyone having issues of getting items delivered, you know, to them, so. I'll ask and find out if they have an answer, but I'll probably get the same answer. Well, we don't know yet.
You mentioned the elevators, what are we contemplating? I thought I remember signing astronomical checks just a couple of years ago.
Oh, that was for Harborview.
Okay,
And
sorry about
Century
that. I didn't
Terrace
catch
though
that.
is overdue.
They're aging too, huh?
Yeah, they're overdue for modernization. That's gonna get done.
Probably about the same cost as the other ones.
Yeah.
Anything else, Clinton?
I just remembered, we do have roofing materials, but I think they're kind of waiting on the weather before they start tearing the roof apart and rebuilding it, so. That's all I can think of.
That's it, ladies?
Nothing to report from me.
All right. Any of you people want to say anything? If not, I think we probably can adjourn, since the public didn't show up. How about a motion to adjourn, somebody?
I'll move.
All right. Consider ourselves adjourned. You have documents for me to sign, or are you gonna forward
I'll
them?
have to forward them to you.
Public didn't show up.
Who motioned for the adjournment?
Well, yeah, but why is it that? But what's really is.
First we'll tell them south of Manistee, kind of that way. They had redone their 1880s courthouse, they used the third floor like this. This was all vacant.